from a military perspective, he actually has done that. He was very clear. We've got this. We don't need your combat troops. We don't need your fighter jets. We don't need your naval vessels for the most part. However, this is Europe's oil. 20% of the oil that flow, and not just Europe, our East Asian allies too, but it's the European ones who are being a pill. 20% of the world's oil flows out of the Persian Gulf. So how much of that comes to America? Well, virtually none. And we don't need what does come here except in California. And that's their fault. California has done everything it could to make it impossible to produce oil and refined product on the West Coast. So they still import oil from the Middle East like it's 1973, which is just absurd. But the rest of the country doesn't need it. And we can replace it from Alberta and from Venezuela, especially now that Venezuela is an option. So all these things being the case, the president really set Starmer up, and not just Starmer, Macron, Merz, the rest of them, by saying, look, this is your oil. You're dependent on this. You shouldn't be. You should be buying from the United States, but you are. And you also shouldn't be dependent on Russia, but you are. We told you not to. You went and you became dependent on the Russians. You have actually sent twice as much money to Moscow in energy purchases as you have to Ukraine for aid since the outbreak of the war. You're really kind of cruddy allies, honestly, but here's something you can do, and it won't put you in any meaningful harm's way. Just send some minesweepers. Just send a few frigates to escort oil tankers. Nothing big. We'll protect you.